Of numbers going down, Gina, I hope temperatures go down, but that is certainly not the case. Another hot day here. Scorcher as we take a live look outside on a WDSU weather impact day with some rain outside.
Hopefully that'll cool us off just a little bit.
Yeah, let's get to Derek Sibley. We're following the heat and the rain. It's like a double whammy, Derek.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that too, you guys, with the temperature differences too, because yes, the rain is coming down in some locations where it's actually helping to cool us off. We call that rain-cooled air affecting the ground here at the surface with the temperatures. We'll talk about it, but there you see behind me the rain coming down across parts of the city, Crescent City connection, showing us some of those rain droplets here falling right now on the tower cam lenses. WDSU first warning Doppler weather radar picking up on some of those showers and thunderstorms right now that continue to go up. There's Lower Plaquemines Parish right near Boothville, and you can see some of those scattered rain showers and some thunderstorms. There's Grand Isle, looking at a pretty heavy cluster of showers and thunderstorms moving its way towards the west. And as we zoom in closer towards the New Orleans metro area, there you see Martello Castle and also near Violet, looking at some stronger showers that are pushing their way towards the west. We're watching Gentilly for some heavy downpours there, making its way towards the west, approaching the foot of the causeway. Something that we're just keeping a close eye on right now, but there's the North Shore, scattered showers and a few thunderstorms as well. In fact, special weather statements just recently popped up for some of these stronger thunderstorms containing some gusty winds, and that's really the key thing that we have to watch out for today, as it all really comes as a level 1 marginal risk of severe weather remains in effect across the majority of southeast Louisiana and almost all of South Mississippi through tonight. That means that isolated strong to severe thunderstorms are possible, and the main impacts that we have to watch out for with some of those storms as we continue to go through the evening hours are the threat of some gusty or damaging wind gusts at times, but everything else though is looking pretty low. There's a look at the futurecast, and you see as we go through the rest of this evening, I think a lot of the activity does begin to wind down, especially between 9 and 10 o'clock tonight. I think we're pretty much in the clear with some clouds here as we go throughout the rest of tonight, and you can see maybe a couple of spotty showers developing down towards the coast as well. Scattered showers and a few thunderstorms as we go into the day tomorrow. In fact, starting tomorrow, I think we're kind of back to more of a summertime-ish pattern across the area with lake and sea breeze and daytime heating really helping to fuel some of those typical showers and thunderstorms that we see around here in the summertime. And then by 2 o'clock in the day, you see some spotty activity again by Friday, and the same could be said potentially as we go into the weekend. So once we lose the heating of the day, by the evening hours, everything really just begins to wind down. Temperatures right now, 93 to 94 up on the North Shore, Slidell to Bogalusa. Look at the big temperature difference, though, towards the bayou in the 70s. That's that rain-cooled air that we've been talking about. And there's also a big difference with the feel-likes as well. Between 102 to 105 up on the North Shore, that's where we really haven't seen the rain too much, especially in areas like Slidell and Bogalusa. And then you see feel-like temperatures only in the 70s towards the bayou. So there is a big difference right now in the way our temperatures and feel-like temperatures feel thanks to the rain across parts of the area. Highs tomorrow into the low to mid 90s. Heat advisories do remain in effect across southeast Louisiana and South Mississippi until 6 p.m. this evening. So going into the day tomorrow, we do expect another round of seeing heat index values well over 100. And then you can see as we go into Friday, more of the same thing too, as this upper level ridge of high pressure has been pretty much persistent here across the area lately. But as we go into time, you see Friday and the weekend, that's when that ridge begins to break down. And that's when temperatures start getting a little bit more closer to average along with increasing moisture, hence the rain chances going up. Tropics looking quiet, no development expected anywhere across the basin over the next 7 days. And that's your WDSU first warning 7-day forecast with highs in the low 90s and a daily chance of showers and thunderstorms.